Hey Descendants fans, welcome back to our channel. Alright guys, the day we've all been waiting for is finally here. Descendants 4, officially titled Descendants: The Rise of Red, has dropped, and it's honestly better than anyone expected. The songs are catchy, the story is wild, and the new characters, they nailed it. But let's be real for a sec. A lot of fans are still scratching their heads wondering, where are Mal, Evie, Jay, and basically all our faves? I mean, it's not Descendants without the OG crew, right? So why didn't they come back? Was there drama behind the scenes? Did they not want to return? Or was this just a creative choice by Disney? Well, in this video, we're breaking down the real reason the original Descendants cast isn't in Descendants 4. Before we kick off, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell for more awesome content. Let's jump right in. Descendants: The Rise of Red brings us back to Auradon Prep, but the vibe is definitely different this time around. While you will spot a few familiar faces, it's not the ones most fans were hoping for. Mal, Evie, and Jay are noticeably missing, and their absence isn't just glossed over. It's actually addressed in the storyline. In this new chapter, China Anne McClain returns as Uma, now Principal Uma, who's running Auradon Prep with a more inclusive vision, opening the school to kids from all kingdoms, even Wonderland. Fairy Godmother is definitely not on board at first, but Uma puts her in check real quick. She explains that Mal and Ben left her in charge while they're off sailing to unite even more kingdoms. And yes, Evie and Jay are with them. It's a solid explanation that fits within the world, but fans still miss seeing them on screen. There's also a super emotional tribute to Carlos, who was played by the late Cameron Boyce. Uma hangs a photo of Carlos in her office and reminds Fairy Godmother that Carlos would have supported welcoming the Wonderland kids. That heartfelt moment really hits fans in the feels, especially knowing how close the original cast was to Cameron. China Anne McClain shared, "Losing Cam was the first heartbreak I've ever experienced. There's one scene that is very special to me. I'm sure the audience will be able to guess which one it is once they see the movie." She called the experience of returning to the franchise healing, and you can tell she poured her heart into this role. And for those still hoping for a sprinkle of nostalgia, good news. Jedediah Goodacre, who plays Chad Charming, made an appearance at the Descendants 4 premiere and took adorable photos with his on-screen dad and sister. He's hinted that he's open to returning, so fingers crossed we get a charming sibling moment in Descendants 5. Now let's talk about the queen herself, Dove Cameron. Mal is hands down the face of the Descendants franchise, and fans were hyped to see what married life with Ben might look like. A royal wedding? A royal baby? Mal ruling Auradon while balancing her VK roots? We were ready for it all. But then came the bombshell. Dove Cameron would not be returning for Descendants 4, and for many fans, that changed everything. After the tragic loss of Cameron Boyce in 2019, it became clear that continuing without him wouldn't be easy, especially for the original cast. Dove was asked whether she'd return for another movie, and her response was heartfelt and raw. She said, "I'm gonna say no, because I don't think it would be the same without the whole original cast. It would just be different now, and also we did it. We told a full story, we completed it. What happened was so incredibly heart-wrenching for all of us and something we could not recover from. And so, I think the idea of making another movie, while it would be nostalgic for all of us and while it would be healing in a lot of ways, it might also be super wrong." She also added, "So it could go either way, and it depends on how we're all feeling. And I think that the beautiful thing that Disney has done is that they have very much created a safe space for the cast to be wherever they're at. They canceled everything when Cameron passed, and I know they want what's in all of our best interests, so we'll see. I doubt it, but we'll see." Honestly, fans totally get it. The bond between the original cast was so real, and without Cameron, things would never be the same. Of course, we can't forget Sophia Carson, who played our fashion-forward Queen Evie. With her booming design empire and her sweet romance with Doug, fans were dying to see what Evie's life looked like post-Descendants 3. And while we didn't get to see her in The Rise of Red, fans were hopeful after she once said in 2020, "It would be a privilege to continue that story. Evie gave me so much. She's just this gift that keeps on giving. She brings so much joy to my life, so I would love to." But as time went on, things changed. In a 2022 interview, she said, Descendants for us ended with Descendants 3. But it's always so beautiful to see all of the love for the franchise, and I wish them the best of luck. Still, fans didn't give up hope, especially after the trailer for The Rise of Red dropped. Despite some initial backlash about the original cast not returning, many fans admitted the movie looked way better than they expected. And after watching it, people were genuinely impressed with the new cast and story. Now let's talk about the wild ending of The Rise of Red. Quick recap. Red and Chloe go back in time to stop the event that turned Red's mom, the Queen of Hearts, into a villain. They discover that Bridget, the young Queen of Hearts, was once sweet and close friends with Ella, aka Cinderella. They try to prevent the prank that caused the transformation. And even though Juliana, Hades, Hook, and Maleficent try to stop them, Merlin's magic freezes them in place. Red and Chloe return to the present, and everything seems fixed. The Queen of Hearts is now kind, her dress even hints at her younger, softer self, and Cinderella is alive and well. But Uma warns us in a voiceover, getting what you want can be dangerous, especially when you mess with the fabric of time. Then she hits us with, "You didn't think that was the end of the story, did you?" A total nod to how the original movie ended, and a perfect teaser for what's coming next. So now we know. Descendants 5 is pretty much inevitable. The ending of Rise of Red left so many questions. What really happened at Castle Cumming? Did Ella ever actually hurt Bridget? Did Juliana get framed? There's this mysterious gap where we still don't know the full story, and fans are convinced Rise of Red was just part 1. If the Queen of Hearts is no longer evil, does that change all of Wonderland's future? What does it mean for her title as a villain? Fans think there's more to this story, and we'll find out in Descendants 5. The consequences of Red and Chloe's time travel are definitely going to catch up to them. The new cast in The Rise of Red is next-level talented. Kylie Cantrell crushed it as Red, and Malia Baker gave Chloe so much depth. They've both confirmed they'd be down to return for a sequel. Kylie said, "Oh yeah, the story's not over. There's a lot that Red and Chloe have got to do and undo from the time travel of it all. So it's definitely not over. I'd love to come back if there's a sequel to this, keep this space open, and maybe even a love interest for Red would be really fun." Malia Baker shared, "I would love to see Chloe's journey continue and see how her home life has changed since seeing a new perspective on her mom. I would also love to see her get a little villainy." Also, Dara Renee, who plays Juliana, teased a possible return. "I would love it if the VKs could come into Wonderland and do some ruckus, sneak into that little time machine and figure out how to mess things up, then maybe Juliana is in charge now. And guess what? The cast is getting even bigger." New characters joining the story include Liamani Segura as Pink, Red's younger sister, Brendan Tremblay as Max Hatter, son of Maddox Hatter, Alexandro Bird as Luis Madrigal, son of Luisa Madrigal from Encanto, Kiara Romero as Hazel Hook, daughter of Captain Hook, Joel Ouellette as Robbie, son of Robin Hood, Xavier Garrett as Felix, son of Dr. Facilier, and Ryan McEwen and Dayton Paradis playing the twin sons of Mr. Smee. Now let's talk about what everyone's been waiting for. Descendants 5 is officially happening, and filming is already underway. Cameras started rolling in April 2025 in Vancouver, Canada, and production is set to wrap by July, just in time for the Descendants Zombies Worlds Collide tour. That's right, the cast is going on tour. Disney even dropped a behind-the-scenes photo on Instagram featuring Kylie Cantrell and Malia Baker holding a clapperboard on set, confirming that production has started. And now we've got even more details on what Descendants 5 is actually about. And it sounds like we're in for a wild ride. The official synopsis reads, "Picking up shortly after the events of Descendants, The Rise of Red, the fifth film explores what happily ever after is really like for Red and Chloe in the wake of their time-traveling adventures." Set primarily in present-day Wonderland, the sequel delves into the warning from the end of the last movie. There are consequences when you alter the fabric of time. And for fans who want even more Descendants and Zombies action, the Descendants Zombies Worlds Collide tour kicks off this summer across North America. The tour will feature performances by Descendants. The Rise of Red stars Kylie Cantrell, Malia Baker, Dara Renee, and Joshua Colley, along with Zombies 4, Dawn of the Vampire stars Freya Skye, Malachi Barton and McConnon Knife. As for the movie itself, Disney has confirmed that Descendants 5 is scheduled for release in summer 2026. So while we've got a bit of a wait ahead of us, it's shaping up to be totally worth it. Thanks for watching. Who's your favorite character from Descendants: The Rise of Red? What did you think of Descendants 4? What are some of your theories and predictions for Descendants 5? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.